What's up, Ravens? I'm Melissa Dobbins.
And I'm David Manning, and welcome back to ONW Now.
This week, we're celebrating the Chiefs as they're playing at the 57th Super Bowl this Sunday.
And I'm a big fan of the Chiefs, so this week is going to be lit. So let's get right to it.
You know, as next semester is rolling around, it's been really hard for me to focus at home when the only thing I'm watching is the Chiefs.
Yeah, I went around Olathe to try to find the best spots to stay focused and get my homework done.
Hey Ravens, do you have a hard time figuring out the best place to study? Well, we interviewed a couple students to figure out just that.
I'm Yasmin Lopes, and I like to study at Panera. Mainly because it's close to my house, but I also get hungry when I study, so having food readily available is really nice. I think people don't like Panera because they call it like glorified hospital food, but personally, I like their food. And their booths are really comfortable, and they have cute music playing over the speakers, and it's just like an overall, just like a good atmosphere.
Some students like studying in really quiet places, like here in the Indian Creek Library. We talked to a senior about why they like here so much.
I like the surroundings there. It's quiet, but not too quiet. They make studying easier for me.
They also told us the best atmosphere that they study in.
I definitely study better in a quiet atmosphere, and the Indian Creek Library provides that for me.
Depending on what subject, usually quiet, and I think Panera provides that.
So everybody at the Indian Creek Library is there for the same reason, either to read or to study. So it's easier when people around you have the same goal as you.
From ONW Now, it's been David Manning.
COVID has affected schools all across the nation, with some school days being changed, shortened, or removed entirely. Changes like these may be coming soon to Olathe Schools District. We took it over to Jace to learn more about what this could mean.
With less and less bus drivers being available each year due to COVID, there might be a slight change to our school schedule next year.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that in Olathe we have considered to be standards, and we've considered them to be things that we just expect, right? And so as the world's changed, as the labor force has changed, and as busing needs have changed and things like that, we're being put in a situation where we're having to make some really difficult choices. We always have to evaluate, and we always have to look back and say, hey, is this the right avenue for us to take? Is this what we should be doing? And this is just one of those times where we're taking on a bigger picture of things.
Even with the slight change in the start and end time of school hours, there could be a bigger impact on the students and teachers.
Human beings are creatures of habit, and breaking those habits, as you think about like when we started school at 7:45 or 7:50 in the last few years because of snow days, changing that and kind of flipping a switch is really hard, right? We have a lot of kids who are, I want to get to my part-time job at 3:30, or I have to pick up siblings at a different school by this time, and anytime we're changing start and end times for 3 different levels of school, you're going to have some adjustment. It's probably going to take some iteration and then some adjustment after that, right? So we got to try. This is how this habit works for me, or this is how this works for me, and then I try it that way, and it doesn't work, so I got to try it a different way, kind of thing.
It's February, so for those of you that don't know, that means it's Black History Month. We're sending over to Cameron Owsley to learn more about this important month.
Black History Month is important because it's the history of a people. Without studying Black history, we cannot understand American history. We cannot understand history, period. So if we are going to tell a story, we have to tell the entire story, and part of that is Black history.
Every year in February, we have Black History Month to take time to learn about African American culture and honor African American accomplishments.
So Black history to me is an opportunity to spend time focusing on my history, my culture. Obviously, I celebrate Black history all year long, and I think there's an opportunity to celebrate it all year long. But I love that during 1 month or during these several weeks that there is a focus not just by me, but by my community, by my coworkers, to focus on food and art and history and all of that. So to me, it's an opportunity to spend time sharing my culture with others.
I think it's very important to the American people. White Americans don't understand what black history is all about. They just don't think. Well, they're not being taught in school. So that's the reason why I think both the younger and younger blacks and whites should have a little teaching on how and understanding about the history of black people.
Black History Month to me is a reminder of the past as well as the future. But I think it's important just to remember who you are and remember where you came from. Even though we are more than a month, I am a firm believer that sometimes we need reminders at different points in our lives to do things. So being that it comes every year, it's a constant reminder of our past, victories, failures, and families.
For ONW Now, this has been Cameron Owsley. Now back to the desk.
Let's hand it over to Nathan and Adam for our game day updates.
What's crack-a-lackin' Ravens? My name is Nathan Ragland.
And I'm Adam Donner.
And it's a great day to be a Raven. For game day, today we've had an exciting few days of winter sports.
Our boys and girls basketball played on Friday, with the boys trailing Olathe South by 3 at halftime, and unfortunately falling short 40-51 at the end.
On the other hand, our Lady Ravens basketball team was leading against South at half, then losing by a heartbreaking 2 points at the final buzzer.
Our swim and dive team placed third this weekend at the Sunflower League Championship meet. The medley relay of Noah Brandstrom, Kiefer Yim, Pharrell Joswara, and Jacques LaRue took first.
Noah Brandstrom was also named Sunflower League backstroke champion. Great job. Additionally, Kiefer Yim took third in the 100 breaststroke, Spencer Lane took fourth in the 200 free, and Jacques LaRue placed seventh in the 50 free and sixth in the 100 free.
The boys wrestling team had a full weekend as they participated in the Sunflower League tournament.
Gabe Sherrill placed third, Presley Hartwig took sixth, and Joey Kingsby placed fourth, with Caleb Sharp taking second, and Tristan Duckworth took home third.
Additionally, Noah Conover placed first and secured his 100th varsity victory over the weekend. Congrats, Noah. Raven Nation is proud.
Our girls wrestling team finished third in the Sunflower League champions. The girls had 4 league championships, with Cameron West, Emily Keller, Chloe Harris, and Val Gallican all taking home the gold.
The girls had 2 more league finalists, with Haley Arthur and Kendall Yarnell placing second. Charlotte Legler took home bronze, and Megan Vasquez and Annika Taylor both placed fifth. Congrats, girls.
Even with our football season in the rearview mirror, Coach Clark received recognition for the great season he had in his first year as head coach for the Ravens. Let's take it to Corey Barnes for more.
To receive an award and, with his name on it was pretty awesome.
As many of you know, Coach Warren Clark received the Spirit of Marty Award from the Kansas City Chiefs.
So the award means to me the recognition of the hard work of our players and our coaches, the community involvement, and all the things that go into a football season that don't always get seen in the front light.
For those of you unaware who Marty Schottenheimer is, Marty Schottenheimer is a Hall of Fame NFL coach that coached for the Kansas City Chiefs from 1989 to 1998, winning 101 games for the organization and getting 200 in his career.
I would say Coach Schottenheimer obviously is one of the Chiefs greats, one of the amazing coaches in Chiefs history. I wouldn't say my coaching style is directly based off of him, but the experience of winning that award was pretty awesome.
This year only adds to the impressive season by the first-year head coach, who guided the Ravens to sub-state for the first time in program history.
First-year head coach, there's always tons of obstacles from, just learning new things. This first year taking a rules test. So everything I do is always built off the years past. So, myself and Coach Wingers already started looking at what we did last year. And to be a good coach, I think you always have to be reinventing your craft. So, the reflection piece is big.
Coming off of last year's historic season, there's no reason to believe the Ravens won't be back soon. This has been Corey Barnes for Raven Game Day.
That's all we've got for Game Day today. This has been Adam Donner
and Nathan Ragland. Let's toss it back to the desk.
To stay on the topic of golf, Autumn Berthold went out to a local golf simulator company called Pin High. Let's see what she has for us.
I went and visited Pin High Indoor Golf Simulators. Let's take a look at what they have to offer. Penn High is an indoor golf simulator facility that is right off of College Boulevard in K7. It is a great time for family and friends who love to golf.
Here at Penn High, they have 3 bays that offer a variety of different courses, including a driving range. Let's take a look at my swing. 4.
We started out by getting some more information from an employee at Penn High. She talked about how booking prices are $45 to rent out a bay. She also states that there are 3 bays to pick from that have a variety of different courses and driving ranges. So Ravens, make sure to go check out Penn High Golf. Booking Monday through Thursday is 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday through Sunday, the hours are 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. For ONW Now, this has been Autumn Berthold.
Our girls' golf team was recently recognized with a state banner. Let's take it over to learn more about this story.
I really think that the banner symbolizes just the future.
Drop that thing.
For the first time in ONW history, the girls' golf team won state. The banner dropped last Thursday, and the team is ecstatic.
It felt really unreal, just kind of encompassing our whole season in one single moment was super, super cool and rewarding.
I think to just see that drop in front of the whole entire school and just to have everyone supporting us and cheering and parents were there and I had goosebumps the entire time. And knowing that will hang there forever is special for those girls, but also for the coaches and just for our school in general.
So they're all very deserving of that recognition. And then to have their names up there, I think it's very meaningful to them, so I'm so proud of them.
This year, they did things differently to perform at their highest potential.
This kind of held each other accountable to the goals that we had set out, and that was to win a regional and get to the state tournament and win a 2-day state tournament.
I think that they worked really hard on keeping their mental game in check.
I feel that our team is very connected, so we all contribute in our own ways, but my goal for the season was just to make the most of it.
And I think since Coach Grove also coaches the men's golf team, he sees a lot of those elements in the spring too that he was able to kind of wrap into the girls' seasons.
The girls made history this year, earning the lowest group score of an average of 82.2 per player. Even though they had great success this year, they are super excited for the future to come.
For the first time ever, we have paved the way for the future of women's golf in this building.
I think as a team, we want to win again. I mean, it's going to be hard for sure because teams are getting good and they're getting new girls, but I think we definitely have a chance to bring it back home again.
For ONW Now, this has been Lauren Stout.
Alyssa, did you know our dance team won nationals last year?
Yeah, I heard they're trying to take home the dub again this year.
Let's send it over to Michael Kirby for more on this scoop.
The Raven Dance team has won so many national titles. Let's see how they're going to do it again this year.
So today we had a regular 6:30 a.m. practice. So we go in the fitness center. We have 3 rotations. We do cardio, arms, and then we have a section of abs and lower body.
One thing we focus on is just what we can control. So the effort we give in practice and how we contribute to practice and just making each practice better than the one before.
So it's just mainly a lot of repetitions and just getting in as much as we possibly can and cleaning small details in order to make everything look really good.
Since the dancers show up early every morning to prove how much nationals means to them, let's see what the atmosphere is like at night.
The atmosphere is unmatched. Everything is just so amazing. We stay really focused because we don't have our phones the entire time, so you get a lot of time just to spend with your teammates, and we also practice there too. So you put in a lot of effort just to be around all of these amazing teams, and you just try to do the best you can.
Nationals is just something different, and being on the stage at Nationals is just a feeling I can't even describe it.
At Nationals, it's nothing I've ever experienced before. It's just, once we get there, it makes it feel so much more real, and there's so many teams there that are all fighting for the same thing, so it's intense, but it's just one of the best experiences that I've ever had.
In less than 1 month, the Raven Dance team is going to fly out to Florida to compete in the national championship.
As my years have progressed, I've gotten more comfortable with my teammates, and it's just every year is so different.
You never realize how close it is until you're there, so it's kind of our go time, and we all just have to keep a positive attitude the whole time and just continuing to outdo ourselves each practice.
We focused a lot on improving ourselves as people this year because we can't be good dancers unless we're good people first.
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies. And remember, Ravens, to always support our Raven dance team. And you can do that by going to the RDT Instagram page to find live updates when they go to nationals. This has been Michael Kirby. Now back to the show.
Some of our Ravens have been hard at work putting in their volunteer hours around the KC area.
One of these opportunities is Upward Basketball, right up at I-435, where our very own Adam Donner went to find out more.
The goal of what we do is to teach kids the game of basketball, but we also want to change their lives.
I'm here at Lenexa Baptist Church, where the game of basketball is more than just a game.
Upward is a basketball program. We do K through 6th grade, and it's a fundamental league.
While Upward Basketball is a fundamental program, it's not just about playing basketball.
We also use this as an opportunity to share the gospel, right? We want to teach these kids basketball, but we also want to teach them about Jesus.
At each practice, a couple of minutes is set aside for their coaches to teach them a story from the Bible and also give them a new verse to memorize.
They're not going to magically be better at life because they're good at basketball.
A lot goes into Upward Basketball, where over 100 people each week take their own time out to help run the program.
I'm a referee, and I just help to organize the games and make sure everything's going well in them and just help the kids to learn the basketball.
I help with the concession stand, so we'll just sell food, candy, and get to know the kids.
We get to see not only all these kids, but we get to see their families, and we get to bless them with this cool thing.
Another unique thing about the program is the games that take place on Fridays and Saturdays.
We have more than 500 kids come through this place every week.
Upward is a great program for kids to learn the game of basketball, and it's a cool and unique environment that makes it fun for everyone. For ONW Now, this has been Adam Donner.
You know, this script has been really rocky so far.
Well, we could get some help from Fox 4 anchor Matt Stewart to help improve our dialogue writing.
We definitely need it. Now let's send it over to Jonna with the story.
Have you ever wondered what news reporters do behind the scenes or when they're not on air? Well, behind me is the Johnson County Library in Overland Park, where Matt Stewart from Fox 4 is hosting a workshop to show his viewers how to better add dialogue into their manuscripts.
So I recently published a book called Unique Eats and Eateries of Kansas City, and it focuses on 86 of the most unique restaurants in Kansas City. And I published it through a publisher out of St. Louis called Reedy Press. Well, part of being an author and being a published author is you have a whole media marketing campaign. You need to get out there. You want to show people the book. You want to get them interested in the book. So I actually reached out to the Johnson County Library and I said, hey, I want to do a presentation, a workshop. I want to do things where people will be able to come, learn more about my book, and then I can share some of my writing tips and tricks to help other people become better writers.
Not only does this workshop focus on mastering dialogue and writing, but it also offers a chance for members to fix common writing mistakes and learn from an experienced author.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is I want to share what I've learned over the years with other people. I want to help other people become better writers. And so this was just a great opportunity to kind of share the knowledge that I've gained over the years. And I'm looking to get better too. So it was great being with other writers who were able to inspire me and help me strengthen my writing too.
All expert writers have gone through a learning curve, and this workshop is helping many overcome their own.
So the nice thing about the Johnson County Library, really any library system, is they offer these events for free for anyone who wants to come. And so at these events I've had people who are not writers. They were just interested in learning more about me, who I am. They wanted to get to meet me, which was great. We had amateur writers or people who were aspiring, who hadn't really written anything but wanted some advice to kind of get some direction. And then I've had some people who have written books, they've published books, but they just wanted to get some new ideas. And so the nice thing about an event like this is it really is open to anyone, no matter what, whether you want to write or not. Now, I tailored the program to writers, so it might have been kind of boring for someone who's not wanting to be a writer, but at the same time, I think it was awesome that people were able to come and maybe learn more about me and the TV business and how impactful writing in general can be.
If you or anyone you know is interested in attending the workshop, check out the Johnson County Library website for more dates. Until then, this has been Jonna Cuban.
Our very own Drew Sheets talked to Kansas City sports expert Braden Turner about how he started his own podcast and his impact on the community.
Braden Turner is a Kansas City sports personality that has his own podcast called Ain't No Seats that follows on all topics recovering the Kansas Jayhawks. He's blown up on Twitter with his great content following Kansas City sports in general. Let's take a look to see how he got his start and what makes him so special.
Yeah, so we started like 4 years ago, Ain't No Seats podcast. We record probably once a week right now. We're under Kansas City Sports Network. And I started to gain a really nice KU following, and then Ryan Reinhardt, who does the podcast with me.
Yep.
He reached out to me and he was like, dude, I think we should do a podcast. Like, we would crush it together. And that's kind of how we got started. And we've just tried to grow throughout the last 4 years. Growing up, going to games, Allen Fieldhouse, I just fell in love, dude. Like, that place still gives me chills. Still tear up watching the pregame videos. So yeah, I grew up loving KU, and then same thing. My dad loved the Royals and the Chiefs, so a lot of credit to my dad. Thank God he raised me as a KU fan. But going to Arrowhead as a kid, dude, there's no place like it. There's no place like Allen. The Royals, I was going as a kid when they were losing 100 plus games. So I just love my teams, dude. Like, I love the Royals, Chiefs, KU.
I also got a chance to ask Braden, what are some keys to success about getting into the sports reporting game, including podcasts and other types of content?
Possible. Like, you can't grow something overnight. You got to really work, put in the effort, I guess, make videos, put out video content, reach out to people, like, staying motivated, keep going, don't get discouraged.
And if you didn't know, Braden is the man who got the most famous man on the internet, James Draws, to Kansas City and brought him to Arrowhead and Allen Fieldhouse. Braden here shares his experience with James and what he means to him.
James, because as a person, he's so polite and nice, and I love this. I love him. He's amazing to me, and a lot of cool stuff's coming his way. I think it's only going to get better, but he's such a good kid. Like I said, he's so polite and caring, and just a great kid. And he was a Chiefs fan before. Now he's an even bigger fan. He made a TikTok after we beat the Bengals, and him and his mom love Kansas City, and they're kind of KU fans now too, which is cool. I love him. Kansas City was great to him, and they love Kansas City even more now.
To keep up with Braden, make sure to check out the Ain't No Seats podcast and follow Braden Turner on all socials. For ONW Now, this has been
For ONW Now, this has been Alyssa Dobbins.
Be sure to support the Chiefs this weekend and check out tomorrow's ONW Now. This has been David Manning, signing off.